we are here live from the floor at the Ericsson booth at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. It's amazing to be here again, and it's amazing to have all of you with us. So, as you can see, it's already now starting to fill up. And we are looking forward to a few very, very busy days. And here with me, I have our CTO, Erik. Hey, Erik.
Hey, Karin.
Hey.
I was actually standing here talking to Anna here, our head of radio development.
Interesting, and that's the thing here. You meet a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Börje and Cecilia touched upon our strategic direction in their talk just now. So, and technology leadership is a part of our strategic foundation. What would you say makes us a technology leader?
Well, Karin, you just have to look around here to see what technology leadership really means in practice. This is really our best chance of showing technology leadership, but it's across a very broad portfolio. It's across a complete portfolio, you could say. And that complete portfolio allows us to build these programmable and automated networks, and those networks are of course needed by the whole industry now. So think of it as the networks being the foundation for digital infrastructure, therefore for the industry. And of course that also means that we have to work with partners. And you will see very many of our partners here working with the networks, working with higher performance, working with unique capabilities. So being an industry leader is also about working with the rest of the ecosystem, working with businesses, developers, and of course our partners around the world here. So you will see all of that.
Definitely. So if you talked about the programmable networks, so can you tell a little bit more about the high-performing and programmable networks?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you will see it very much here also, programmable networks being at the forefront. And why do we need them? Well, the first thing is that businesses, enterprises, mission-critical systems, they do need higher performance. But that also means that we need to build differentiated networks. We cannot provide the same performance for every use case, every service, so we have to have the differentiation. But high performance is really at the center, and therefore programmability becomes key to that.
And we see that happening a lot in the market now. So let's listen to a voice from India.
Mobile broadband is really creating ripples in Indians' digital economy. It is connecting more and more Indians onto the digital highway, which is enabling e-health, e-payment, e-commerce, e-education, and more Indians are using the service. And Airtel, as a leading telco of India, is making its contribution in this journey. In another step we took in this journey was launching of our 5G services on October 22. And since then, we have connected 65 million users who are now using Airtel 5G services. We also want to call out exemplary partnership with Ericsson. Through them, we have rolled out 100,000 5G base stations and counting, along with other partners in rolling out 5G services across India. While 5G is a new wireless connectivity, but it brings it almost like a fiber speeds to remote parts and those plus where you do not have fiber access, and also on the go. Users are really loving it, and I believe fiber-like services on 5G will enable very new use cases which we are yet to see. Just coverage is not enough, experience is enough, so we are now working with Ericsson to make sure the high-speed experience which people get on either video or gaming or working from home or working from remote, they are working seamlessly. Then we want to enable new industrial use cases, and I'm happy to share that we have use cases where we have already commercial 5G private networks enabling like manufacturing services where 5G connectivity is the mainstay, not a standby stay. So really the future of 5G is bright. Airtel, along with Ericsson, will contribute immensely to this India's digital journey.
Thanks a lot, Randeep. Okay, so as these programmable networks becomes even more intelligent, what role does AI play?
AI has a very fundamental role also in networks, and it's about trustworthy AI, it's about responsible AI, but it's about AI at all levels of the network. So think of the energy efficiency gains that we're already showing through the AI-enabled networks, and we have a few of the launches here. But you can also think of AI in terms of running the network on the operation side, and there also Gen AI becomes very important. So these technologies are already part of the portfolio, and AI will be critical when it comes to achieving our targets, when it comes to net zero, but I would say also AI to drive innovations in the network. networks actually can do so much more, and here we'll get help by AI as well. So it comes across all the layers, and I think here we're showing leadership in the industry, together with partners also, building strong AI into the networks.
But what about monetization then?
Yeah, so operators are, of course, busy building out networks right now. Everyone has an ambition to build nationwide 5G. And when you have nationwide 5G, you can actually start to monetize it in various ways. Fixed wireless access is one of the obvious cases, but it's also about using these programmable networks to create dynamic services. Think about network slices, think about quality on demand, think about authentication services, positioning services. All those services would then be reachable for developers through open network APIs. And that's really what we've been busy working on for a year now. And here we're going to show a little bit more how we're working, not just with network APIs as such, but how we work with the partners in the ecosystem. So, Mikael,
hi, good morning.
What are we showing?
Yes, what are we showing?
Yeah.
Welcome. This year, we have invited more partners. Last year, for those of you over here, we had all these different use cases. We had, for example, Zoom. You're all familiar with Zoom, demonstrating HD video conferencing, and then we had mobile gaming. And we did this together live with Orange, Telefonica, and Vodafone here at Mobile Congress. And it created so much excitement about this. So this year, let me introduce my colleague here, Kanebo-san from Toyota. We are showing together how you can enable, through many different APIs, the 5G-enabled cars. So for that, just to give you a variety of those different things we are doing. In order to deliver this service, we have many different APIs here. So this means for you as a service provider, of course, great opportunities to monetize. For Toyota, this means that they have a better opportunity to deliver the future car experience, which will be totally different from what it is right now. If we move over here, we have Marcus and Peter from Sony.
Hi there.
And here we are demonstrating live media production, how they can deliver more consistent live media production using the quality of service on demand API. And that means, yes, mobile reporter, for example, you think in the marathon, that's another way to do it. They certainly need mobility, but even so in the studio, Eric, where you can reduce the cabling and make it more convenient, you can move between different studios and so on. So this is what we're showing today. We're showing how we're enabling many different industries, not only ours, but other industries as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great examples, and thanks for the partnership, and good luck this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay
So,
then.
Karin.
Yes. So in the beginning of our session, Börje talked about our industry vision and the digitalization in the coming 5 to 10 years. What will it look like?
Well, I think we see that actually very much here. We have a glimpse of the future, but also very much about a stepwise introduction of new capabilities, working with customers, partners, but also the much broader ecosystem. Because networks of the future, or networks that are programmable and open, they need to attract developers. Developers and businesses that really see value in what the network offers. So think about what we just talked about. Networks that are open and programmable through network APIs would foster developers, you would have developers' interest. That interest will result in great applications. Those applications will be consumed on a global basis because we're making this capability available globally. And that in itself would drive usage on networks. More operators would come along, and we get this global ecosystem, you could say a network effect of usage, and then of course that will result in more use of the networks as well. All of this is happening now because we are opening up networks. But we're doing it from the core, from programmable networks, from the radio network, from the core network. We're doing it with network management and orchestration. We're doing it with AI-enabled automation. All of these pieces, they are part of the fabric, the digital infrastructure, the network. And if you think about what digital infrastructure really needs, it's 5G everywhere. That's something that our industry really can ensure. It's about cloud infrastructures, and it's also about AI for automation. If you combine those three parameters, then you get a digital infrastructure that is worthy of the coming 5 to 10 years. And that, of course, with an open mindset, working alongside partners, that would really open up for not just the examples that we've seen here, but frankly, for developers all around the world. Building, for example, on the developer community that Ericsson contributes with Vonage, 1.6 million developers, and many other developer ecosystem wanting to unleash the power of the network as the innovation platform of the coming 5 to 10 years. I think it's really exciting, Karin.
I can only agree. And thank you, Eric. I know you are beyond busy these days, so I will let you go here, but thank you for joining the broadcast, and have a great week.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, so now we've heard a lot about our strategy and how we execute on it. But let's continue on that route a little bit and show some concrete example of how and what we're doing. I will get help from experts from the floor. And here with me, I have Jasmeet, who will talk a little bit about how we capture the value of 5G for consumers.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Hi, Jasmeet.
Hi.
So, there's a lot of discussion about differentiated connectivity, but 5G networks are improving constantly. So, is it important for end users? Do they really care?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And I think entirety of the MWC floor and also on our floor, we will be talking about slicing and differentiated connectivity and different propositions. But it's very important to understand that this is an area where consumers clearly have articulated that they want to go beyond best effort to more differentiated propositions. And the way what we are showcasing out here is that the industry is also moving in that direction. We are moving from baseline connectivity to more differentiated connectivity, and we need to take a use places sort of dimension, and the operators and the CSPs that have been working in this direction have a much more transaction selling sort of an approach. They often talk about products and features, but we want to take them more towards insight-based selling. So trying to understand customer preferences and doing an analysis of that to really kind of offer propositions and packages that are best suiting their needs. And at Ericsson, we have, of course, Ericsson Consumer Lab and Ericsson Mobility Report, all the insights that are available out here to help our customers transition into this era.
But how should CSPs go about navigating those next two horizon steps? And what steps do they need to take? And do they get the return for the hard work that they need to put in?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, what we are seeing now is that it's basically turning out to be a one-size-fits-all approach, which isn't the right way to kind of go about offering differentiated connectivity. So we believe that there needs to be a proper segmentation of the market in order to understand what consumer segments value differentiated connectivity, whether it's a frequent business traveler or a sports fan or a gamer. We need to size that opportunity and try to understand what they're really looking for. And of course, there is a return on investment. You know, our research tells us that consumers are willing to pay 11% more for quality of service-led offers. And that's a huge uplift as far as ARPU is concerned in a market that always has been on a decline.
Indeed. And thank you so much, Jasmeet. This was super interesting. So now we've heard how it looks for the consumer segment. But what about capturing the value of 5G for the enterprise side of the world? And hi, Pooja.
Hello, Karin.
You are really
Good
the
morning.
expert here. So let me ask you, what are some of the key transformation challenges faced by enterprises and public sector?
Yeah, so enterprises who are, trying to make their digital transformation happen, they have some key challenges that they need to deal with. They are looking to actually adapt very quickly because the circumstances are changing around them very quickly. Their business market is changing very quickly. The customer needs are changing very quickly. So they need to adapt quickly. They need to be flexible. So basically, they need to create agility. And the second one that we see is that they have to advance their operations a lot faster. So they need to move fast. They need to be efficient. They need to get their operations moving quick and running. They need to erect sites quite quickly. So they need to move really fast in terms of that advancing operations. And the third one is while they're doing that, while they're creating agility and while they're advancing operations, they need to ensure that everything is secure. Their operations are secure, their data is secure, their business is secure. So they need to boost resilience, basically. So those are the top three challenges that we see enterprises having. And we really think that 5G can be a game changer here for the enterprises.
Definitely. And given given this digital transformation, I mean, how does the CSP cash in on the growth opportunity we see?
Yes, so enterprise and public sector representative of a big revenue pool for CSPs, essentially. They have two opportunities. If they want to establish a foothold within the enterprise market, then they can actually start with what we call the pre-packaged or pre-packetized solutions, which are essentially product bundles that they can buy from us and then they can sell to the CSPs with very little work from their own side. Once they have established a foothold, they can decide which way they want to grow on the value chain and adopt more platform building or network building solutions, which could be linked to APIs or linked to other business areas that we have. So they have different ways of moving, but we think the pre-packetized solutions could be the first ways that they could make a start with the enterprise segment.
And it's so interesting to follow this development, for sure.
It is, absolutely, yes.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you,
Pooja.
Karin. Thank you.
Okay. We're going to stay a little bit in the enterprise area of things, because we have two very interesting portfolio areas catering to this, of this vast and very diverse segment, actually. So first, we will look at how we must evolve our networks and to the new reality where openness and development of applications directly on the network is a reality. So hi, Courtney.
Hi.
Hi. What are you showing here with regards to network APIs?
Well, what we're doing is we're demonstrating how network APIs and the interoperability of network APIs is an incredible opportunity for an amazing ecosystem. And with that, it's also about seamless security as well as sustainable performance, because everybody wants to be able to connect when they want to connect and how they want to connect. In addition to that, what we're demonstrating is 4 specific network APIs and how they actually work all together. The network APIs are number verification, verify location, SIM count, which is also SIM density, but we call it SIM count, and microwave rain attenuation. And together it shows that a journey of a traveler and what they would experience, but seamlessly, because in the background, all the APIs are working for that person. Yeah. What that fundamentally does for us is it allows for us to be able to provide new monetization opportunities, as well as new business enterprise experiences, and a development platform for developers to connect to the largest connectivity platform in the world with 5G.
I mean, that is amazing in itself. But couldn't CSPs offer network APIs already today?
Of course they can. And in fact, many CSPs are already doing that. What we help to do is we help to harmonize this in a way that it makes it seamless for developers to develop. Because in that instance, where CSPs are offering that, the developer has to do a one at a time for every operator. What we're doing is enabling it one time and done.
Yeah. I mean, brilliant. And there's a lot of more to delve in to this for sure. And it's also worth knowing that there is actually a dedicated hall this year at Mobile World Congress, Hall 8, for the developer community, where of course Vonage will have a huge presence, but also Ericsson is a platinum sponsor of the Open Gateway Developer Conference. Thanks a lot, Courtney.
Thank
and
you
have
very
a lovely
much.
week here.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. So, moving on, still within the enterprise segment, we're walking up to Linda here. Hi, Linda.
Hey.
Okay, now I'm curious.
Yes.
Enterprise wireless solutions, what is that about?
It's really about making difficult network connections easy for business. We are connecting cars, kiosks, cameras, stores, and we're doing it with cellular and wireless technologies. We're also dropping private networks into more or less the most challenging environments on the planet, like large manufacturing sites, platforms, mines, and we're doing it all over cellular. And the beauty of it is, we are offering this with the same type of security and traffic optimization as enterprises, our customers, are used to from other type of conventional technologies. And we're just making it a whole lot more simple. When I say simple, I mean 2 main things. One is over the air, no digging. And secondly, we are taking a lot of the complexity out of these networks. We are adding cellular intelligence to our management platform, which makes it more or less into point and click for the customer.
Super. But how do we do that? What are we showing our customers this week?
Well, what most of our customers, both businesses, enterprises, and public sector, are looking for to enable the transformation is the combination of private and public cellular networks coupled with modern security. And that is an essence what we're showing here today. So if we start, behind me, we have our wireless WAN solutions, showing how we are connecting cars. Like, think about a big police department. We are connecting recycling, and we are connecting sites, like restaurants, big chains. We are also launching our new solutions called Business Internet. It's more or less fixed wireless access, aimed for small and medium-sized businesses through a managed service approach. A little bit down the hall, and I think you're going to get a glimpse of that in a second, we're also showing our private network solutions. This year, we are focusing on a connected assembly line. We are looking into the connected field worker, which is one of my favorites, which is really about connecting the person, as well as the ecosystem, because we really need an active ecosystem to get this to work.
Thank you so much, Linda. And I mean, there's a lot to see here, so I really urge everyone to just take a look. Thank you, Linda. Okay, moving on. And Linda talked about private networks, and this is actually one application of such, where we have an autonomous AGV with edge computing straight into the camera to make it operate seamlessly. Okay, we have a bit of a walk here, but that's good. I mean, that gets an opportunity to see the floor and also transform ourselves a little mentally from the enterprise side of the business to the networks launches that we have here. And here's the security manager, which helps CSP to monitor and protect all of their full telco stack 24/7. As most year, we brought our hardware wall, and it's always busy because, let's face it, everybody wants to touch and feel the latest hardware that we have. Börje, Cecilia, and Eric talked about the importance of performance, openness, and automation on the network. And our launches this year very much cater to this. But don't take my word for it. I'm going to hand it warmly over to our experts. Hi, Raquel. Hi, Gemma.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Raquel, what is the innovative part of the solutions you're launching?
Oh my God, how much time do I have?
Not enough, probably.
Not enough,
No.
okay. So we are launching 12 innovative hardware and software solutions and that you can see and you can visit and you can touch also here in Mobile World Congress in Barcelona in the Harrison booth. So we have here our beautiful new radios. We are launching 7 different radios with different capabilities to boost the performance, as you said, in the complete 5G network for all the layers. But it's not only about performance, it's about sustainability, because our radios are more and more sustainable, even more and more because we are increasing the energy savings, the reducing the embodied carbon footprints. It's like we are giving more sustainability, more performance. And the networks are even more complicated, right? So you expect like, oh, this is really complicated, more complication, more problems? No, because we are introducing also software solutions to do also more automation, to have a kind of a sweet spot between the performance and the sustainability as well. And the innovation is like we are investing in years, in the radios with Ericsson Silicon, including new capabilities for the filters, for the power amplifiers, with passive cooling for all the radios. It's like we are doing more and more. So the innovation is related to more performance, more automation, more openness, as you said, and also more sustainability. And the complete radio lineup is prepared for Open RAN. It's future-proof, and then we give our customers, the service providers, the freedom of choice to move to the next step in their network evolution path. So it's like innovation, all the things you see for hardware and software. So come to Barcelona, visit us, touch the hardware, because everybody loves the software. We have a beautiful antenna there, you can touch it, and the software as well, also we have beautiful proof points.
But do we do anything specifically to incentivize CSPs to deploy more 5G midband?
I love that. I love this question, because midband is the sweet spot for coverage and capacity. It's like the spectrum gem in our 5G multi-layer network. And we are launching the new massive MIMO radio. It's called Antenna Integrated Radio 3255. It's a number, remember the number? But the important thing is this radio has 25% energy savings compared to the previous generation. And also, we have 20% reduced embodied carbon footprint, so really sustainable solution. And this is only 12 kilos, and this is available for all the frequency bands, global frequency band for all the customers to support midband deployments. So it's like, now you can say it's never easier than today, bring massive MIMO to each and every site in the network of the customer.
And that was a great summary for something that cannot be summarized. I mean, literally. Okay, Gemma, over to you.
Yeah.
We heard about the importance and opportunity with differentiated connectivity. So here I see you focus on AI and intent-driven networks, which you relate to differentiated connectivity. How is that connection? How does it all tie together?
Well, also try to summarize this. Well, differentiated connectivity is a key topic for us in Ericsson at the moment. And to deliver differentiated connectivity at a scale, you need automation. You need to make the network operations more efficient. And how you deploy automation in the network, you can use intent-based and AI technologies. But for differentiated connectivity, it's not only important that, it's also important that the business value is set, and this is set when the CSPs can deliver at a service performance level to their customers. So they are both angles. And this year, in this area, we have launched 3 offerings. To start with Ericsson Service Orchestration and Assurance, SOA, how we call it. It's a solution to design service with ease, to deploy services in a very fast and efficient way, and also to ensure that the service intent are met. And all of these, in the complex environment we are moving, is that a multi-vendor and multi-domain environment. So this is the first one. Second, we launched the AI intent-based operations. What we do here is to enhance the capabilities of the Ericsson operation engine. And these new capabilities will allow to have an end-to-end framework to translate the business requirements intents, again, into real-time actions in the network. Again, to try to simplify the network operations, especially in this 5G very complex environment that we are at the moment. And last but not least, we are including explainable AI in our cognitive software solution, again, to support the adoption of AI into network operations. And basically, what the CSPs can do with explainable AI is to have a better understanding of what is the reason behind the actions AI is taken to solve problems in the network. So yeah, in a nutshell, and also very summarized, this is the focus of the launches this year.
Great summary, both of you. And also, me and Eric couldn't discuss the importance of AI and the evolution going forward. So it's just good that we have also hard fact on that. Okay, thank you so much, both.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Karen.
Now, this tour would not have been complete if we did not at least touch upon what's happening next. We are early in the 5G cycle. Yes, there is a lot more that needs to be done in order to capture the real value of 5G, as we heard from the consumer and the enterprise side. But we need to have an eye on the next G. I mean, we always do. So therefore, hey, Johan.
Hey, Karin.
Okay. We brought 6G to Barcelona straight from our labs.
Straight from our labs, yes.
Can you show us something?
Yeah, I can show you now. So now we have 6G, or our current best knowledge of what 6G will be, running here live, straight from our labs. So we brought to you here our latest and greatest experimental prototype of 6G. Yeah. So here we are working, we have developed, and it's running live now, a test bed that is running in the key spectrum, as we believe, for 6G, in the so-called centimeter wave band, 7 to 50 gigahertz band. Yeah. So here you see the geeky hardware running. This is the base station side. You can see it's running live here right now. The mobile terminal is the big beast that you see over there. It's a big trolley, but in the future, by 2030, that's when we believe we will have to see the first commercial deployments of 6G. Then we imagine devices that are not as big, bulky smartphones, but really any type of devices, including really thin glasses like this.
Like proper wearables.
Real proper. Yeah. But this is 6G is not only about a radio link. We show a couple of examples of 6G anything from this to ultra low power AI. So an AI compute concept called neuromorphic compute that we have applied to the radio receiver, and that mimics actually the way our human brain works, so that we can actually go down substantially in power consumption, which is elsewhere with AI, which is considered very compute intensive, and we get a lot of AI into our networks, and we need to use AI.
Yeah.
And that's also a research challenge that we are attacking, and we are demonstrating that live too.
So 6G is not only about more and faster then. So,
exactly.
But isn't it a bit too early to start thinking 6G?
Of course, we are still in 5G, in early 5G days. And I'm saying we expect first commercial deployments in 2030, so that's far away from now. On the other hand, standardization is starting already this year, later this year, 2024, which means that it's important now that we in the industry align and really start to set the basis for what 6G will be in the end, and that it actually generates the value for us in the society and generate more business also for us by 2030. So we will make it relevant. And then you need to start to experiment.
Yeah, definitely.
And the other thing is also technology takes time to evolve.
We know that.
And that's why we're working on it really hands-on, and we share it with you here. Right?
And from what I understand, this is really like a snapshot from what we have now in our labs.
Yeah.
Like next week or next month, it's going to look different. So it's really like here and now, it's super cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Johan.
Thank you
Thanks
so
a lot.
much.
Okay, that was all for our Imagine Live here in Barcelona, kicking off this Mobile World Congress. We're very happy to be here, as you can see, and we're looking forward to a full week of interesting meetings, valuable insights, and thought-provoking visions. Make sure to follow us on your favorite social media channels, and also Ericsson.com, #EricssonMWC. And we look forward to bring you the most of Barcelona Digital. Thank you so much.